So guys, here they are, the final 4 contenders for my half marathon racing option. And these bad boys. So with the Great North Run quickly approaching, I've got to make my final decision about what shoe I'm going to be racing in. And with the new wave of carbon plated shoes that are coming out, it's going to be a very tough decision. So over the last few weeks, I've been rigorously testing my final 4, if you like. I've whittled it down to 4 different brands, 4 different models and makes. I've been testing them out on the roads, on the treadmills, doing hill sessions, on the track. And these are the final 4. And today I'm going to tell you my decision, why I've made that decision, and also the difference between some of the shoes and why I prefer some over the others, and also why some might be better at different distances, etc. So sit back, relax. I hope you find this video interesting, and without further ado, let's introduce the 4 contenders for my Great North Run racing shoe. So guys, option 1 is the new OnCloud Echo 3. You'll have seen the session I did last week, the hill session, in this new iteration of On's racing shoe. It's an absolutely fantastic shoe. But yeah, option 1, the OnCloud Echo 3. So guys, option 2 is ye old faithful, the Nike Vaporfly Next% 2. I haven't had the luxury of testing the Vaporfly Next% 3 yet. So since this has been such a good shoe for me in terms of, I've raced in it over the half marathon distance before. I've done loads of sessions, loads of training, loads of racing in it. It's a shoe I know really well. I couldn't discount it from the final 4. So yeah, the Nike Vaporfly Next% 2, I'd probably have to get a new pair if I end up choosing this, just because these ones are a bit wrecked. But yeah, ye old faithful, option 2. So guys, option 3 is the Hoka Rocket X2. I raced the Cardiff 5K in this shoe a couple of weeks ago. I've done plenty of sessions in this. And yeah, this is one of the first new wave kind of carbon plated shoes that I tested. The Ons being second. But yeah, the Hoka Rocket X2, done plenty of sessions, plenty of miles. And obviously we've got a local Hoka athlete nearby, Ellis Cross, who also advocates for this shoe as well. So yeah, this is definitely a big contender in this set of 4. Option 3, the Hoka Rocket X2. And then finally guys, option 4, which might surprise a few people that it's even made the final cut, is the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro. Now I tested this shoe out probably 8-9 months ago, but since then I haven't done a half marathon race where I've properly kind of gone for it. So with its very high stack height and how soft and cushioned it can be, and combined with the rocker motion, I find it's a really good shoe for hills. And being as a Great North Run is quite a hilly course, I couldn't discount it. And actually the final bit of testing I've got to do is a tempo session today in the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pros, just to kind of remind myself how they feel at those faster speeds. So I'm going to be taking this shoe with me to the treadmill in just a second to kind of do my final bit of testing before I make my final decision. But yeah, option 4 is the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro from Mizuno. So guys, this is one of the most random lunches you'll ever see. Just whacked it together, completely random. We've got some codfish cakes, some mushrooms in like some garlic sauce thing, carrots to go in this Moroccan hummus, goat's cheese, cucumber, and then some barbecue sauce to go with the fish cakes. And then if I'm not full after that, I'll probably still have some ice cream. But what is this on the camera? I have no idea what that is. But anyway, right, gonna scran this, and then we'll talk about the shoes. So guys, here they are, the final 4 contenders for my half marathon racing option. I'm really excited to see which shoe I end up picking. I already have my inclination about what I'm going to pick, but it's unfair until I've done all the shoes in the same sessions or the same type of sessions, and I haven't done a long tempo in the Mizuno shoe yet. So I'm going to bring you with me. We're going to head to the treadmill, being as it's about to thunderstorm in the UK according to the weather app, so I don't really fancy going outside. Call me a fair weather runner. So yeah, without further ado, let's get ready, let's head to the treadmill, and yeah, let's do 11 to 12k tempo on the treadmill, and these bad boys. guys, 12k done, 320 per k, mentally tough, but we got it done. Let's cool down, go home. Time to choose the shoes. Rewatching the final, proper inspirational. Josh Kerr, you're the man, sir, you're the man.
Josh Kerr with an incredible performance of heart, belief and dedication.
So guys, I just got back from the gym after a 12k tempo with the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro. Now I have done a workout of tempo, threshold, track intervals, hill reps in each of these shoes now. So I feel like I'm well equipped to make a decision when it comes to which shoe I'm going to use as my PB vessel in the Great North Run. The shoe that's going to get me over that line in hopefully under 67 minutes. So I think the best way to do this is rank them in order of fourth to first and talk about my decision, why they came in which position they came, and then finally reveal the shoe that I'll be using for the Great North Run and hopefully get a PB in. So guys, in fourth place is unfortunately going to be the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro. I found especially on the treadmill today, it just wasn't quite stable enough and didn't quite give me enough of that responsiveness that I want for a half marathon. I think maybe at the marathon it might be better suited to me, but when it comes to the half marathon, I still need a level of responsiveness that's gonna make me feel snappy and also give me that ground contact feel. I like feeling the ground a little bit, if that makes sense. Like, I like to know it's there. And with the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro, especially on the treadmill, I found that the stack height was a little bit too much. I just felt a little bit unstable. So in the Great North Run, where there is sections where you go round a roundabout, for example, or you're running on a road with a camber, I'm not sure how confident I would feel in the stability of the shoe in terms of like rolling ankles, etc. This is in no way, shape or form a slate of any of these shoes, because the fact they've made it into the final four shows you how good they are, and they all have their benefits. Just for me, I think out of the remaining three, this Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro is just not the one that I'll be taking to the Great North Run. But maybe in the future with longer distance races, so next year when I tackle a marathon, this might be the one. We'll see. In third place, guys, we've got the trusty Nike Vaporfly Next Percent 2s. There's unfortunately a few reasons why I won't be picking this shoe. First and foremost, I can't afford to buy a new pair. So would I want to race in a rusty pair of Vaporflies when I've got some fresher shoes? No. But also, again, same sort of thing. I think 5k, 10k is going to be absolutely perfect, but I don't think it's quite got enough for me now over the half marathon, considering the other shoes that I've tried. I think there's better shoes out there in terms of cushioning. As much as it's super lightweight, super breathable, and obviously that carbon plate is very, very famous for giving you everything you need from a carbon plate in terms of responsiveness. I'm just not sure it's quite got the cushioning that's going to kind of protect the legs, especially over the distance of 21k on the roads. Don't get me wrong, I've absolutely loved this shoe, and I think if you're the sort of person that races every distance and you can only afford one shoe, this is going to be a definite option for you, because I've seen people do marathons in them, seen people do 1 mile road races in them. Like, you can literally pretty much do anything. I do 400 meter reps in this shoe. Like, it's an absolute all-rounder. But on this occasion, I don't think it's quite got enough in that midsole, especially because this isn't a fresh pair. It's got a couple 100 miles in it. So yeah, in third place, we've got the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent 2. Shame, because I think it's a really nice looking shoe. So guys, that means it comes down to a little showdown between the Hoka Rocket X2 and the OnCloud Echo 3. So I'm not sure which one to go for first. Like, should I tell you first place or second place? I'm not really sure. I guess we'll just do a little drum roll. And the shoe that I think I'm going to be racing the Great North Run in, I've raced it in it a couple times now, and it's been an absolute dream to run in ever since I tried it for the first time. This is not paid in any way, shape or form. I can pick any shoe I like. This is just a sign of how good I find the shoe and how much I've enjoyed using the shoe. The Hoka Rocket X2. Now, I did a 5k in this a couple weeks ago, and I've been doing lots of training in it. And to be honest, I just can't fault it. The only slight niggle I've had with this shoe is maybe the heel cup isn't quite as nicely fitting as maybe other materials could be. But apart from that, the midsole is soft yet responsive. It's lightweight. The plate feels like it gives you proper propulsion when you're running. The lockdown in terms of the lacing system and the upper, especially across the front of the foot, is just absolutely perfect. The grip is insane. Like, not that I'm expecting the Great North Run to be wet or slippery in any way, shape or form, but I have worn this shoe on the track in wet conditions, and it still gripped absolutely perfectly. So yeah, the Hoka Rocket X2, I have absolutely loved using this shoe. And as I said, this is not a paid endorsement. I can pick whichever shoe I want, but the shoe that I'm most confident in that will get me over that half marathon in under an hour and 7 minutes is the Hoka Rocket X2. There's something about this shoe. Hoka, in my honest opinion, aren't a super glamorous brand. They're not the super flashy Nike. They're not the super reliable Adidas or anything like that. They're a little bit out there. They're a little bit quirky. But honestly, this shoe is top dollar. And when it comes to the price of all these shoes, they're all very samey. I think the most expensive shoe are going to be the OnCloud Echoes. But yeah, this Hoka Rocket X2, man, I really enjoyed using this. So that does mean that in second place is the OnCloud Echo 3. Don't get me wrong, I've absolutely loved this shoe, and when I wore this for my 10k tempo last week, it really sent some thoughts into my head and some kind of cognitive dissonance or some confusion. I was a little bit discombobulated. I didn't know what to pick because this shoe has got probably the best responsiveness in terms of that real ping off the toes. If I'm honest, I'm just not 100% sure the shoe's got the durability to do the training in that I would then be confident racing in it, if that makes sense. Because this is a new thing for me, using an On Super shoe, and as much as this shoe is a really, really good shoe, I'm not sure if it quite takes top spot for me over the Rocket X2, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. Now, this shoe is very, very comfortable. It's lightweight, and more importantly, I think it's probably one of the best looking shoes in this list. But yeah, when it comes to that half marathon race day, it's a couple weeks ago. Now that I've sat down making this video, I am really struggling to pick between these two. They are very, very good shoes, and who knows, I might change my mind, but at the moment, it's going to be the Rocket X2. I'm not sure what else to say. I'm not a massive shoe geek, so I don't know all the different materials and whatnot off the top of my head, or the different weights. But yeah, these two, it's really hard to separate them, but I think the Hoka Rocket X2 just nudges it. But we'll see when it comes to race day. It might be that I find this shoe's just got a little bit more durability left in it, or something. We'll see. But yeah, tricky one. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. It's been a real tricky decision actually. When I sat down to make this video, I think I already had a preconception of which shoe I was going to pick. But having said that, when it came to making the decision, it was actually really, really difficult. And it just shows you how good and how personal these decisions have to be, in terms of you can't just pick what someone else picks, because they all have their own little pluses and minuses that just kind of really come together to make your perfect racing shoe. So for example, for someone like me, who I feel like towards the end of a race, when you can start to feel the ground and you start to feel like the cushioning almost disappears in a way, something like the On might not give me enough of that cushioning, whereas the Hoka might. So it's little things like that I've got to kind of take into consideration, see how it all pans out, and hopefully I've made the right decision. But as I said, it's not set in stone. I might change my mind, but I need to be confident in my decision. But I think it is going to be the Hoka Rocket X2. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, share with your running buddies. Drop down in the comments below what shoe you're going to be wearing for your next half marathon race, or any race for that matter. I can't wait to hear what you guys have been running in. I would have loved to have tried some of, say, like the Asics racing shoe, or Brooks, or Adios Pro 3s, which I'm still yet to try. Any of those would have been great to kind of have a little bash with as well. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Love the pain, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.